Welcome to the Outback of Flavor. You think you know food? Think a burger with the lot is adventurous? Get ready to chuck another shrimp on the barbie because we're diving headfirst into the wild world of Australian cuisine. Forget your fancy foams and reductions. This is as real as it gets. From creepy crawlies to meats you can't even pronounce, we're about to expose 50 of the weirdest, wildest and most wonderful foods this sunburnt country has to offer. Strap yourselves in, get ready for a wild ride and try not to lose your lunch. First up, it's the Witchy grub. It's raw, it's wriggly, and it's surprisingly tasty. You've got to be braver than a 2-minute steak to stomach this one. Next up, Vegemite. It's salty, it's yeasty, and it's got a flavor that's more of a punch in the face than a kiss from your mum. Kangaroo. Lean, mean, and full of flavor. Think of a steak, but with a little more hop in its step. Crocodile. It's not just handbags and shoes, you know. This meat is surprisingly delicate, like a cross between chicken and fish. Would you risk a bite? Emu. It's not just a big bird, it's a bloody delicious one too. This low-fat meat is like a healthier, tastier beef. Wallaby. Think kangaroo, but with a milder flavor. It's like the difference between a slap and a gentle pat on the back. Still bloody delicious though. Green ants. Yes, you heard me right. These little fellas pack a tangy, citrusy punch. Fairy bread. All right, this one isn't exactly weird, but no list of Aussie food is complete without it. It's simple, it's sweet, and it brings back memories of childhood birthday parties. Camel. It might not be the first thing you think of when you think of Australia, but this meat is surprisingly tasty. Bush tomato. This little fruit packs a tangy, salty punch. It's the perfect way to add a bit of outback flavour to your dishes. Yabby. It's a freshwater crayfish that's as Aussie as a day at the beach. Boil it, grill it, or chuck it in a stew. This little critter is a real treat. Goana. Alright, this one is not for the faint of heart. This monitor lizard is a traditional indigenous food that's not for everyone. But hey, when in Rome, right? Snake. It might make your skin crawl, but snake meat is actually quite tasty. It's a bit like chicken, but with a slightly fishy flavor. Balmain bugs. Don't let the name fool you. These crustaceans are more closely related to lobsters than bugs. Mud crab. This ain't your average crab, mate. This monster is packed with sweet, juicy meat that will have you licking your fingers. Kangaroo tail stew. This traditional indigenous dish is a hearty and flavorful way to warm up on a cold night. Barramundi. This iconic Australian fish is a versatile and delicious choice for any meal. Grill it, fry it, or bake it. Sea urchin roe. It might not look like much, but this creamy delicacy is a real treat for the taste buds. Tam Slam. This isn't technically a food, but it's an Aussie ritual that deserves a spot on this list. Grab a Tim Tam, bite off opposite corners, and use it as a straw to suck up your hot beverage. You're welcome. Drop bear sausage. This one's a bit of a joke, but it's a delicious one nonetheless. These sausages are made to taste like the mythical drop bear, a fearsome creature that lurks in the Australian bush. Crocodile Jerky. Take a walk on the wild side with this chewy and flavorful jerky. It's the perfect snack to keep you going on your next outback adventure. Bush honey. This ain't your average honey, mate. This stuff is packed with flavor from the native Australian flora. It's sweet, it's earthy, and it's absolutely delicious. Possum stew. This one's a bit of a hot topic, but possum stew has been a part of Australian cuisine for centuries. It's a gamey and flavorful dish that's not for everyone. Eucalyptus tea. This refreshing tea is made from the leaves of the iconic Australian eucalyptus tree. It's got a unique and invigorating flavor that will wake up your taste buds. Lemon myrtle. This fragrant herb is native to Australia and has a unique citrusy flavor that's perfect for desserts, teas, and even meats. Rosella Jam. This sweet and tart jam is made from the rosella flower, a native Australian hibiscus. Quandong Pie. This delicious pie is made with quandongs, a native Australian fruit, also known as desert peaches. Finger lime. These little citrus fruits are packed with tiny, caviar-like pearls of juice. Damper. This traditional Australian bread is cooked over a campfire and has a crispy crust and a soft, fluffy interior. Bush tucker biscuits. These cookies are made with native Australian ingredients like macadamia nuts, wattle seed, and lemon myrtle.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lamington Veggie Burger. It's a fusion of two Aussie classics, the Lamington, a sponge cake coated in chocolate and coconut, and the Veggie Burger. Ox tongue. It might not sound appetizing, but ox tongue is a surprisingly tender and flavorful cut of meat. Sheep's brains. This one's definitely not for everyone, but sheep's brains are considered a delicacy in many parts of the world. They're often cooked with spices or added to soups and stews. Meat pies. These savoury pastries are filled with minced meat and gravy, and they're a staple food for Aussies from all walks of life. Saltbush lamb. This lamb is raised on saltbush, a native Australian shrub that gives the meat a unique and slightly salty flavour. Grilled parrotfish. This colourful fish is a popular catch in coastal areas of Australia. Emu eggs. These massive green eggs are a real treat. Pavlova with native fruits. This classic Australian dessert is made with a meringue base that's topped with whipped cream and fresh fruit. Kangaroo Jerky. This chewy and flavorful jerky is made from lean kangaroo meat. Dugong meat. Dugongs are large marine mammals that are closely related to manatees. Their meat has been a traditional food source for indigenous communities in coastal areas of Australia for centuries. Magpie goose. This large waterfowl is a popular game bird in Australia. It's got a rich, gamey flavour that's similar to duck. Bush pepper. This native Australian spice has a pungent, peppery flavour that's perfect for adding a kick to marinades, stews and rubs. Cuttlefish ink pasta. This striking black pasta is made with, you guessed it, cuttlefish ink. It's got a slightly salty, briny flavor that pairs well with seafood. Quandong cheesecake. This decadent dessert is made with a creamy cheesecake base and a topping of sweet and tangy Quandong fruit. It's a real Aussie treat. Bush mint tea. This refreshing tea is made with the leaves of native Australian mint plants. It's got a cool, invigorating flavor that's perfect for a hot day. Crocodile pizza. This one's for the true adventurers out there. It's exactly what it sounds like. Pizza topped with crocodile meat. Grilled echidna. Echidnas are spiky anteaters that are native to Australia. They're a protected species, but their meat is still consumed by some indigenous communities. Kangaroo sausage. These sausages are made with lean kangaroo meat and a blend of spices. They're a healthier and tastier alternative to traditional pork sausages. Anzac biscuits with bush spices. Anzac biscuits are a traditional Australian cookie that's made with oats, flour and golden syrup. For an extra flavour boost, try adding some native Australian spices like wattle seed or lemon myrtle. Honey ants. These fascinating ants have abdomens that are swollen with a sweet honey-like substance. They're a traditional food source for indigenous communities in arid areas of Australia. Well, there you have it. 50 of the weirdest and wildest foods Australia has to offer. From witchy grubs to kangaroo tail stew, we've covered it all. Now it's your turn. Which of these culinary curiosities would you be game enough to try? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and clang that bloody notification bell so you don't miss out on any more food adventures.